Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 Wii Ware review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Spaceball Revolution, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a puzzler. So at the start you basically choose challenge, free player, multiplayer, rankings, shop and credits. Obviously credits is credits, rankings, rankings, shop is for the DLC, of which at the moment I can't access the store to see if there's any available, so that'll have to be a future vid. So for now just focus on challenge, free play and multiplayer. I'll start off with challenge mode. Just go on new game. From there you get the obviously on the new game you start with chapter 1, but you can get other chapters and unlock difficulty levels on that. For now I'm just going on easy because the game's hard enough while I'm like playing it normally, let alone with the camera in the way and that, impairing me pointing. Because the whole point is, there's a box there, there's a box there, you match the pattern. It really is that simple, but at the same time it's not simple, if you get my meaning. Because this at the moment is looking simple and you can do it like that and you can get OK ratings, but it's figuring out how to do it in as few balls as possible like that gets you better ratings. You've then got that timer up there, which if I let the timer just basically count down, you'll see what happens. But basically camera zooms out and it'll keep zooming out, and it's one of those that it gets harder and harder the more zoomed out it is. Although to be fair, the first zoom out I actually prefer it. It's weird. You can bounce the balls off the floor on that, and to be fair that's where the difficulty of the camera comes in, so you can just bounce them around on that. But anyway, I need to actually focus on just beating this puzzle, and as you advance through the rounds it gets harder because things get in the way. So I'll just cut into showing you what I mean by that. So this is what I mean by in the way. There's that there, and obviously my balls can't go through it, so it's one of those that as it's going across the playing field it can completely screw you over, and you can get more than one block. This is just the first one that happens, so it's the easiest one to show off. So it's one of those that the game keeps getting harder and harder like that, and I like what it says at the start of the game where it says all levels have been played by expert players, so if you can't beat a level, practice. So I quite like that. So that's challenge mode, and to be fair I've just gone on free play mode, which is what you'd expect really. It's just free play, you just go on the levels that you've already got unlocked. I've stayed on the first level for now, but on a harder difficulty level to show off how the difficulty level changes it. Because now, as you might have noticed, all the blocks don't automatically reset. I'm having to delete the ones that I've already done and re-input them and that, so that's really cool how it changes that as well. One of the other things you can do though is play the game on multiplayer, which I think is a really nice touch, and to be fair there's also some differences to the multiplayer that you can do that make the game a bit fairer. So if you're much better at the game, you can play on a harder difficulty level, because as you might have noticed on the left screen I've currently got it where the blocks are staying there and I'm about to die right away by talking too much and not concentrating, and on the right side the blocks are disappearing with every one of the puzzles that he's completing, because basically he's on the easy mode. You also might have noticed my screen just shook there. That's because you can get power-ups to screw the other person over. So you can have like that, the screen shake there, and you can have puzzle mix-up, which puzzle mix-up I think is worse than the screen shake. I know the screen shake made me miss, but the puzzle mix-up, if you're halfway to completing a puzzle, or hell if you're one block away from completing a puzzle, and next thing you know the picture that you've got to mimic changes, then that's really going to screw you over, isn't it? Well, at least I think it does anyway. Not really much to say about the game left other than, oh, and then there's that one there which just pretty much fills your grid. Oh, I need to concentrate before I die again. But not many things left to say other than that there's different grid sizes on the game, and I can't really say how many levels there are because what I think conflicts greatly with what the operations guide says. But just basically, if you're looking at the operations guide thinking, well, that doesn't seem very long at all, let me just say that in my own personal opinion, the operations guide selling itself short. I'm finding it a lot longer than it actually claims it to be. So it's one of those things that I suppose you have to take that info with a little bit of a grain of salt really. It must obviously, as I say, class things completely differently to what I myself would class. But if you've been a sub long enough, then you pretty much know what I'd class as a level on that anyway. Only thing really left to say is graphics and music. Graphically the game I think looks brilliant, and musically I think it sounds fantastic, so I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of it. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the Wii Ware, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.